I am a psychic medium. That's what I do for work. Welcome to the Messages from Heaven television show. My name is Rebecca Ann LoCicero, and I have been working in Connecticut as a psychic medium since 1994. My job, I often think about like what exactly is it with the mediumship that's my job, and all I know is that there is an afterlife. I don't care what you call it. I call it heaven. There's no other better word for me. I can't think of a better word. I mean,
the funniest, I can't even, I'm sorry, it's just so funny that it's him. He would be like, he didn't believe in this kind of stuff at all. Like, he was just like,
really?
Adamant, yeah.
Oh no, he's flying through with
That's
flying.
He's got this great.
My goal is to present raw, uncut, and unedited live readings on camera for you. I'll be doing this by presenting and sharing with you messages from heaven. Let me inspire you with the reality of mediumship. Hello and welcome to Messages from Heaven. I am Rebecca Ann LoCicero, your psychic medium, local to the Bolton CVC, and I'm so happy to have you back again for another episode 11 of Messages from Heaven. This is just going to be a show I'm going to jump right into because it's exactly what I want to present to you as far as showing you live mediumship, as far as presenting this to you uncut, unedited, raw, and here we go. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. I have 6 guests with me. Hi, guys. Are you all ready? Okay, then this is what we're going to do. I'm going to jump right in and I'm going to give you the rules. And one of the things that I do every single time I work is I give the rules. So if you've seen me before or if you looked me up in any way knowing you're coming, then you would have been able to see somewhere, wow, she always says the same 3 things. And these 3 things are very important because to me, I feel as if when I'm giving somebody a reading, especially if it's in a group like this, I want to make sure you guys know exactly what it is that is like a way to get a good reading. And then as I'm doing that, your loved ones come in. So it's almost like as soon as I say, okay, here we go, here's the rules, all of your people go, oh, Rebecca's ready, let's go. Okay, she's giving the rules, get ready, we're gonna jump. And in that moment, as I gave these to you, just know that's when I usually say, look for lights to blink, or look for some weird things to happen, or start feeling all the woo-woo kind of goosebumps and stuff, because as I'm feeling your loved ones coming in, so will you. They were already starting to come in a little bit as we were getting ready for the cameras to come on. I told you guys that because, you know, I had to dance a little bit to kind of jig it out. But it gets a little exciting and it gets a little, almost like they tell me, come on, Rebecca, jump in, jump in. Now, I have nothing to prove. That's the first thing I want you to know. But a first, rule that I have would be yes and no. So if I come to you and I say something to you, make sure that you give me a yes or a no, that you kind of understand where I'm coming from. So I'll say something funny. Everybody's got a Michael, everybody's got an Elizabeth, Beth, Betty, yes, right? Of course. So I'm not going to be generic. So what I do, though, is if there is something that's going to be common, like, oh, I see a newspaper. Well, that's because everybody's dad read the newspaper, right? So I don't really like that kind of BS. So I will come right to you. I'll be like, you're the one I'm talking about, you know. In the amount of time we have on this show, I'm going to do the most that I can. If we keep going afterwards, maybe we'll throw some edits in so people can see readings keep going, because spirit doesn't tend to stop just because the cameras do, right? Okay, so number 1, yes and no. You got that? It's kind of like be skeptical. Let me get the answer. I'd rather get it wrong than have you feed me an answer. I'm not looking to fish. When they give me something and I can give it to you and you can understand it, the excitement that I feel, heaven feels good. It's like, it's euphoric. And I can't wait for you guys to feel that too. Okay, rule number 2 is what I call here and there. And the reason I bring that up is because we're here. The cameramen are here, the producers are here, I'm here. We're in body, we're incarnate, and they're there. And there for me is heaven, messages from heaven, that's what it is for me. If you have a better word, let me know, because I can't really think of, it's kind of a poetry word, above there, over there, up there, around there. I have no idea, I can't tell you. So I just say heaven, it makes it easier, right? And where they're coming from there, they're happy, they're healthy, and they're full of love. you would almost expect every single reading to be, hi, I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'll see you again. You know, that's literally what they want you to know. But they do that with validation because between here and there, they're going to be, for me, true personalities. So watch out. Because sometimes what they say or what they do or how they come through, I mean, think for a second, what could your loved ones possibly say through me to you? No, for real. Which is why it's kind of hard not to drop the F-bomb once in a while, because if your people swear, I swear. And if your people drink, I'm drunk. So let's see what happens, right? They may give me names from here and there. They may give me your name if I don't know it. They may give me a name or a letter or initial that relates to somebody else who's still living, but you'll understand why they're doing that, okay? Okay. And then they may give me dates. They may give me birth dates, death dates, or anniversaries. But we don't have death dates. We have miracles. Don't ever let anybody tell you when or how you or somebody else is going to die. They're full of it. Got it? Okay. Rule number 3 is really simple. Your loved ones may talk about how they died. They may talk about the difference between a trauma and an illness for you. That's when we have to pull out the tissues. So you're the tissue angel for us today. I see we're all prepared to, like, you know, and sometimes that's me. I leak too. So just so you know. So does anybody have any questions? No. All right, one of the things that I do sometimes while I'm reading is I won't look just at them because they'll have facial expressions. And it's the facial expressions that sometimes can confuse me as the medium, and I have to look up and look away to hear what spirit is telling me, because it doesn't really matter to them what you think. They're coming through with their true opinions, their true life, and their true style. So just know that that's kind of like the solid connection that they want to bring across. I'm going to throw this out to you, and you're just going to be like, what? And I'm almost not going to give you a chance to validate. Okay? I believe there's a father connection to you. Do you have a dad crossed? Okay. And I believe there's a mom connection for you. Is that correct? Say no if it's no. Okay. There is a woman standing with you who looks like a mom to me, to you. So it's either a mom, could be a mom-in-law. I don't really want to go to grandmother unless she was like a mom to you. I'll be the first one to say my grandmother was a grandmother, not a mom. But if this grandmother had part in raising you or was around, this is the woman that's going to be with you, and she connects to the mom side. I'm not sure yet, but I see a lot of, this is going to sound really crazy, outdoors. I want to be outside. I don't know if there's like a bunch of memorials outside or if there's a bunch of planterns outside, but I feel like I'm sitting with somebody outside. Do you have a bench in your backyard that you sit in and, I don't know. I almost want to say, are there pets buried there? No. Say no. No. Okay, so I have a little concrete something that seems to be outside, and that's where somebody is standing with me, and they're going, that's connected to me. That's connected to me. I'm like, okay. But I don't have any dad or mom. Right now, I just have, come sit with me. These aren't complete readings, and this to me is what I would call bouncing around, so I'm going to stop right there. Not that I don't feel that there's people with you guys also, but I just feel like to be more ethical, I feel like they're pushing me back to say hi to you. I have to laugh because I think it was your dad standing over at one of the cameras. And when I said that I felt like there was a wiggle in the air, I almost looked at you and said something about, is this your dad? Like some energy in the air somehow connected to him. But I didn't. That's when I said, okay, guys, let's go. I'm ready to, let's start the show. Because it was almost like your dad said, let's go, we're ready. Time to start the show. And I got excited. Are you surprised he came through?
No.
Okay. Did you ask him to come through?
No.
Okay, that's fine. I don't have control of spirit, so for me to kind of stand here and be like, okay, what's this guy got to do? I think that he's choosing an opportunity to say hi to you without you having an opportunity to say no. It's funny. He shows me a newspaper. Now, like I said, all dads read newspapers. My dad had piles of them, the whole, hi there, honey, it's dinner time, cut this out, cartoons, the whole 9 yards. But he shows me something about in writing and in the newspaper. Do you understand this? Okay, well, that's good. I'm glad you do. On a normal basis, I'd ask you what, but I'm not going to ask you yet because he's giggling about it. He's like, it's okay, though. He goes, it's okay, right? It's okay. So is it like things have passed? Is everything okay now? Was he in the paper for something?
Yes and no.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'm going to let you tell me. What is it about the newspaper that he connects with? Because he's literally keeps kind of shaking it in front of me. And we don't really have newspapers very much anymore.
The only thing I can think of, it's probably his obituary.
And is this something you kept or something he'd be
Yes.
referencing? Did you bring it with you? Like, is it like that? Like,
not.
that's fine, you don't have to. But he references it. He's like this, 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 this. So if he's just trying to be a PIA, then that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Is there, I'll ask. He tells me his mom is with him, but is your mom with him also?
No.
Okay, so his mom is with him.
Okay.
This must be your mom's mom then? Your mom is here.
Yes.
Good, I don't kill people, don't worry.
My mom is.
Yeah, God giveth, God taketh. So if you leave pregnant, not my fault either. You're welcome. You know, we can all have miracles, I just can't perform them. Is there a G sound in here? Gary? I'm drawing at straws. And I say that just because I hear it, but I'm not sure where it associates. It could be to anybody here. But I'm reading you, which is why I'm asking.
There is a G.
There is a G. Would your dad bring this person up?
Probably not.
Is it a male?
Yes.
That's all I need to know is that it's a male. Is it Greg, not Gary? What's the name? George. It's always going to be George, Rebecca.
It is George.
That's fine. I see the G. I instantly go to like Greg, Gary, Glory. I forget George. So for a medium, it's like bare naked, bear in the woods. Like Frank and Phil, PH and F. So George, J, G is where I would normally go, but if it shows me a G, I have to kind of go with the flow. Your dad just wants to say, I love you. He doesn't care. He took this opportunity. He'll step back. But he took the opportunity. Is there a connection to August for him?
Yeah.
The month of August?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it in the 20s?
No.
No, I see a 2. That's why I asked. But he said August, and then I saw
Well, there is a 2.
Okay, I don't know. All I saw was the 2, but he said August, and I'm going to take that. He just wanted to give that as a validation point.
Okay.
And he came with kindness. Do you know how sometimes when you look through the hood of a car and you see the wavy lines, like when you're looking through your okay, or if you look like a grill is cooking and you see that heat, the heat waves? He showed me that as a sign, which makes no sense to me. But I wanted you to have it because I feel like what he did was he kept showing me the wavy, and I think he's just, I'm going to be funny, and he's trying to haunt you. Like if you look over and you see that, it's like, oh, that's him.
Oh, okay.
No smell, no coin, no bird, no nothing, just, I'll show up once in a while, he says. Okay, we'll let him do his thing. Is George connected to him?
Not really.
Okay. Is George here, living?
No.
Okay, I'm not sure why he came up. I'm just going to say there was a G connection. I thought I heard it, but I'm not so sure. If it's not connected to him, I'm going to say I don't think that's it.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to stop and move really quick. I get quirky between readings because I don't want to let your dad go because I don't know if your dad ever got out everything that he wanted to say. I feel like he got hushed a lot. Do you understand that?
I absolutely do.
And I'm really sorry about that. I almost feel like I wish he had, cojones. I don't know how, he's very vulgar, just so you know. I feel like he wants to curse, right? He's like, she's talking about his cojones and the F this and the what, and I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to stay under, not 10, I'm trying to stay PG, and he's not. Just, is that validating?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, as long as you understand.
Absolutely.
But he also does tell me though that, you know, for being here again, he goes, look, I used it as a good opportunity. You couldn't get out of it. So he's really like, you heard me this time. Thank you. I like him a little. Is he okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know he's okay. I just, you know, sometimes, not everybody who's dead is great. You know, some of them, yeah, we didn't say he was great. I said he was okay.
Yeah.
And he said, I love you. He's just, don't forget me, that's all. I don't know, he left with a crow on a tombstone with Edgar Allan Poe scene for me. Do you understand? Is there something literary with him? Or you've never seen his stone?
Oh, no. I haven't.
Okay, well, if you go and show up and a crow is sitting on it, I will freak out. Do you understand?
I do.
You mean this has happened? Breathe.
So, yeah.
What happened?
So, there's a great big tree over his, and there was all crows
Oh, crows.
that were in there.
Yeah.
Like, the second time I had gone to his gravesite,
I have like goosebumps.
crows, and I'm like, this is like freaky.
Freaky, right. Well, he just showed me his stone with the raven. Isn't that Edgar Allan Poe? The raven. Okay, so he showed me that literary reference, and he's talking about you seeing the crows. Just validation. Don't be weirded. That's his way of saying hi. Woo woo, Dad.
Isn't it creepy? It's the cemetery where he's at, it's creepy.
And so, that's okay. Let him be the old crow that comes and says hi. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes if you're nice to those old crows, they'll go steal things from people and drop them in your yard. Little pieces of jewelry and baubles and socks and toys and, treat an old crow good. Do any of you also use a crow as a sign or have any connection to a crow or a raven? No. I had somebody ask me once. They said that they were walking or in motion and that they thought that they saw a crow or a raven flying behind them. So obviously something that was in their mind's eye or in their imagination. And I kind of wanted to be kind going into that conversation, and because to me there's a huge difference between seeing a crow or even having your dad come through and be like, I'm the old crow, oh, it's like Edgar Allan Poe on my, and giving that reference, and then having somebody see a vision of something like a raven or a crow, because a lot of people associate crows to death and ravens to messengers of death. It's just movies and media and all of those kinds of things. But I think that your dad never really got an opportunity to give you as much as he could, or to say as much as he could to you. And so to me, that's perfect for him to be a crow. He'll bring you little trinkets and caw really loud at you all the time. For the person who saw it, it just so happened that they also learned of a family member that crossed like days later. So they actually thought of it as a messenger of death, but that was in their mind's eye. You're actually getting the real old crow. Your mom takes my hands like she wants to dance with me. So just so you know, do you know her mom? Did you know her mom?
My mom is alive.
Oh, your mom is here. This is a grandmother then. We went over this already. Like a mom?
One of them was and one not so much.
Okay. Did one of these grandmothers live with you? Or
I was with
step
her
over
a
mom a
lot.
little bit to kind of take care of you? You lived with her?
I saw her a lot.
Okay. And do you know this? I don't know why I want to know if you know this. Are you family?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sisters?
No,
Okay.
we're married.
Oh, we're married. Well, that's definitely family.
Yeah.
You should be a little more closer than each other then. All I know is her grandmother went, well, they're together. So into my mind, I was like, well, you're family. And I'm not going to say you don't look a little alike. You do, but okay. Married is not sisters. Okay. So there's a little bit of a connection where I think that if she's going to come through, she's going to start telling me different things. Okay, so she lectures. So she's immediately gonna start telling me where you should be, oh. Wait a minute. Is there an E sound somewhere? Ellie, Elise?
No,
Okay. You have two grandmothers crossed?
yes. Oh.
I think I'm bringing them both in.
My one grandmother's, her name
Is-
starts with an E.
Is it Elizabeth, like I was saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
I almost said it.
Which is why I'm going, make sure it's who I'm talking to, because everybody has an Elizabeth, right? Okay, so she was, so we have one that was, and then, but the other one is the one that was more like a mom? Okay, well, I have both of them, that's what started. And so with this other Elizabeth is she
Yeah.
Grandma Betty? Like, who is she?
Everybody called her Betty.
Betty, okay,
I call
so
her Grandma,
you,
but
that's
yeah.
fine, you should call Grandma, but to me, she's telling me she's a Betty, not Elizabeth
She is
Liz, or,
Betty,
okay.
very
Beth.
much so.
Okay, and then she, Betty or Biddy?
Oh, I don't know.
I can
Depends
tell
on
you,
who
because I can
ask.
see her. Is that Mom's mom?
No, that.
That's
no.
Dad's mom. So it is
Yeah.
Mom's mom that I felt next
You
to you at the
did,
beginning that was like,
absolutely.
she kind of pushes your mom out of the way. I'm just gonna tell you, nothing against your mom, I love your mom, but this grandmother was like, Mom who? I'm the mom. So she made the decision, she brought things in. Your mom really put a lot of faith into her mom.
Wow,
Do you understand?
I'm shocked,
Why?
because my mother wasn't that close to her.
That's why your mom put so much faith into her.
That's why I'm shocked. Wow.
She had no choice. It was the only way for you to be able to be with her. Your mom had to. Is your dad still here?
Yeah,
Okay, and are they together?
no.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this. I feel like it's very possible these grandmothers are going back and forth at each other, or in some sort of conversation with me. Do you understand that?
I understand
Did
that.
they do that? And like put you in the middle kind of thing?
No.
Okay, so they're putting me in the middle because I feel like they both want to talk at the same time. So I've got one that wants to talk about your dad and bring him through, and I've got one that wants to talk about your mom and come through next to you. So just a couple of, do you guys have kids?
I have kids.
Are there two? Okay. Did we lose one?
Yes.
Okay, so your grandmother is bringing through the one that we've lost. Just in a circle, which means your dad's with them too. Was it a boy or a girl? A girl, okay. I'm just getting everybody together at once, and I didn't know that that was coming through. So is this like, this is a daughter to you too, right?
In a way, yeah.
I hear her say yes.
Then yes.
Just yes.
Wow.
Like, do not debate that. So she has moms. She doesn't even talk about dad. But she is standing with your dad, and I think, and I don't know why, but I'm going to be really honest, I think Grandma Betty brought her through. Just so you know. I don't know if there's something important about that, but both your grandmothers came through to support. But it was Betty who brought her through. She went, no, enough of this. And she goes, this is where we're supposed to be. And I was like, you have kids? That's kind of how it happened. Did you know this, Betty?
No.
Okay, well, apparently she likes you.
Wow.
Will you like her?
I know, but I didn't like Betty.
Betty didn't like anybody. If she doesn't love herself, how's anybody going to love her? She raised your dad the same way. Your dad is the same kind of thing. Your mom got away from it. Your grandmother made her get away from it. I'm looking at the two of you completely happy. And I feel like your daughter is now standing with me, holding my hand, telling me that she is okay. And I feel like she keeps telling me to tell you guys to hold hands. You're not sitting close enough together. She keeps pushing you together. So just when I'm done, get together or switch seats or something. Wouldn't be the first time I made people switch seats. Where's the J sound? Who's a J connection?
My father.
Okay, so that's okay, I'm allowed. Is it J.A.? Is he a James?
No,
What's the name?
John.
John, fine. Do they call him Jack? Because he just said J.A. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Oh, wait a minute, yeah, so, it's, yeah,
Okay,
it makes sense,
as long as you get it.
yeah.
And then he says to me, was she young? Like,
Um,
under 20?
No,
How old? Under 30?
31.
31. She seems 20.
Yeah, oh,
Was
yeah.
she little? Or did she act under 20?
She was, can I say?
Yes, please do.
Hysterical.
Okay,
A
because
comedian.
she doesn't act her age.
No.
She's not like 20, I would say just because she feels like there's nothing to settle for. So I don't know if this is part of her personality. I'm not going to settle for a job. I'm not going to settle for a man. I'm not going to settle for a woman. I'm not going to settle for family. I'm not going to settle for you. I'm not going to settle for the house. So she
Yes.
can't settle, she says.
Yep.
Was she sick though? I mean, I understand mentally ill, I understand self-medicating, but she's not making me feel like she felt good. She makes me feel like she didn't feel good.
She probably didn't feel good.
Okay. Is she responsible for her own crossing?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I'm going to tell you very, very specifically, and I want everybody listening, and I want you guys to know this too. She did not say, I committed suicide. She did not say, I killed myself. She said, I am responsible for my own crossing. Now, I don't care what gets written down or what gets spoken about, but when somebody is not in their right frame or mind physically, when there's a physical ailment in their brain, whether it's a mental illness or a temporary insanity or drugs, I don't care, medication even sometimes, can make people, have you ever taken too much, cold medicine? And all of a sudden you can't speak? It's like, she just talks about how she can't settle. She tried to settle it and she couldn't. But she said that it wasn't because she wanted to, it was because her brain told her to.
Mm-hmm.
So please know that if she was of sound mind and body, that wouldn't have been her exit. Are we pinky promise people? I pinky promise you? I'm a pinky promise girl. And she says that to you. She says, I pinky promise you I'll never leave you. Can I pinky promise you? She says I'll never leave you. Okay, now we put the pinkies together. Okay, yes! She's a dork.
That's the dorkiness from her
That was-
mother, though. Like, literally.
Is that it?
They were two peas in a pod.
And that's why, see, we are a 10 p.m.
But
show.
so
Beep.
different at the same time. So different
But
at
it's
the same
true.
time.
It is so true. Are you wearing something of hers?
I have.
Is it the shirt?
No.
But you have something of hers. Did you bring it?
Mm.
Okay, I'm not sure. I feel like you should put it on. So is it jewelry or
She
a
would tell you
barrette?
to
Just
have me-
put it on. Will you just put it on?
Put it
So
on.
is it a jewelry? What are we? Is it a ring?
Bobby pins that we found.
Bobby pins. Did I just say that? Put in your hair?
Over.
Wait,
She asked me
I
for a
think I
bobby
said that,
pin.
didn't I? Put in your hair? I think I did. I'm not sure. Put them in your hair. That's so funny. Put 'em on. You literally brought bobby pins of hers. You brought them, and you can put them on. I'm so happy right now. I can't even tell you. Thank you. I got you. I got your back.
We found these all over our house.
That's fantastic.
And we only moved them a year ago from
Where they were.
where they were,
For a very long time.
for a very long time.
Listen, let them be all over the place.
Well, we had to move them because we got new windows put in.
But still, that's fantastic. Just know that she loves you both and that you are mom. So don't think for a second that she doesn't have that kind of respect for you, because she does.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you have another daughter too?
No.
You have a son and a daughter? All right, well, I feel like she wants to say hi, so you don't have to do what she says, but definitely. And the other thing that I just saw was a very small, this is very common, it's a brown bear, but I saw a brown bear, a very small, is it a boyed bear? I like boys. I don't know if they're soft. Gund. D-U-N-D. It's a soft. I don't know. Is it like a
It's
bear?
here, yeah.
Okay, so she says, I see the bear. If you get home and it's like on the floor or something, hysterical.
I wish it would be.
Wouldn't that be cool? But she says that. So it's the only thing on the bed or it's right in the middle of the bed. So if it goes anywhere, it'll only go on the floor. I'm not in your house or nothing. That's weird. I'll ask. So for me, unedited, this is completely like raw, understand that. So the way things bounce back and forth, I want to try to move on, but it does seem like this was what the purpose was. Bringing through your dad the way he was to me behind camera number 2 just makes me laugh, just so you know. I have to kind of shift just a little bit, so let me swing. Something tells me I'm looking for another dad. So if I go down to the next row, do you have a dad crossed? No. Do you? I don't think you do. Well, it's next row. Okay. Is there a Dan?
No, but there's a D.
Well, D doesn't stand for dad. Okay, but there is a D crossed.
Yeah.
Is he older?
Yeah.
Okay, is it on dad's side?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Can I just be there for just a minute? Is it an uncle or a grandfather?
My grandfather.
Okay, and is it the D like a Donald?
Dewey.
Dewey, I would have never gotten that. D-E-W? Dewey?
D-E-W.
Oh. If I had a pen, maybe I would have written it. I don't know. Dewey? All right, all right. I don't know where you grew up, but he just gave me this whole, like, I'm going to tell you everything about every train station.
Oh my God.
I need you to know where I got my first bicycle. This is where I smoked my first cigarette. This is where he shows me everything that has to do with you. I don't know what his thing is about acting or singing or stand-up. Like, he has this big picture for you.
Yeah.
Is there music with him? Did he play piano or anything? Don't overspeak. Try to answer just what I'm saying. No offense.
No.
You just got the talky vibe.
I know.
Or he does, and that's what I want.
He used to love to just like break out into song.
Okay, because that's kind of what I want to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not going to do that because that would like break cameras and stuff. So he's the whole "You Are My Sunshine" guy for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm going to sing anything, it's "You Are My Sunshine," you know, or it's going to be, this is good. Is it a little teapot, short and stout?
I think when I was little.
All of it. He's just giving me all of it. 3 in the family? Are you one of 3 or did he have 3?
No.
Neither.
Mm-mm.
Okay. He gives me the number 3 as a reference point.
He had 3 boys and 3 girls.
Okay, that could just be his way of pointing it out. I'm not sure. It would make sense. 3 boys, 3 girls, 6 kids. Okay, go Grandpa. Is he a papa?
Papa.
Papa, not Grandpa. I said Grandpa. He went. Did he smoke pipes, cigars,
When he
or
was younger.
Okay, fine. But he tells me all these stories. Oh, he's back to the neighborhood again. I'm back to the neighborhood. Is it Manchester? Say no.
No.
No. Okay. Do you know her?
I know her.
Are we family?
No.
Are we? Okay. So you know her story because I see you over in the corner doing this. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes when I read, it's funny because I'll say something to somebody and they'll look at me like they want to answer me, and everybody who doesn't know them around them is going like this or like this in unison. I'm like, well, Spirit says I'm wrong, so let me try it. Or Spirit says I'm, so there's that kind of. Where's the K for Kathy?
I have a cousin named Kathy.
Would it be brought up for some reason?
Unless it's just checking on family, probably not.
I don't know that he would do that. I mean, I think he loves everybody, but you're here and he's the
Yeah.
papa for you right now. And he seems to keep wanting to talk about like the old streets or the old towns or the old places for some reason. But let me back up because I know how Spirit works. Is Kathy connected to you in some way, or that CK sound? I just want to make sure. Go ahead.
My middle initial's K, and they would
Okay.
always call me CK.
CK, that's your name, CK. Is there a CK name? I said your name from him.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel a little woo-woo right now. That's kind of cool. Maybe we can have my producer like rewind at that point to watch me go, is there a CK name?
Yeah.
Which is you. and we can replay it for them. That's crazy. He does. Did he work for the town in some way? So he knew so much about it?
Oh my God.
Because he makes me feel like, I don't know, I want to call him the dog warden. I don't know.
He was in the FBI. He
Okay,
knew everybody in town.
We'll just stop there. He knew everybody.
Yeah.
In whatever town this was, he was, so to work for the Federal Bureau of Investigation, you do know everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not supposed to, but he does. He's a good guy.
He is.
He was a great guy. He shows me, this is gonna be strange, but I'm gonna say it,
Mhm.
a red poppy?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to know why, because it's beautiful, like art.
You know, it's funny because red poppies is more of like my grandmother.
Is this his wife?
No, my other grandmother. But red poppies do have like a significant
It's a
meaning.
significant sign?
For my grandmother, but she's
Now you're
alive.
saying yes again. Do you know this
I do
grandmother?
I do.
Is this family to you, or you know about the poppy?
I know about that.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, that's just validation that
Sorry.
you're not just saying yes because you're on TV to the media
Yeah.
and saying poppy. You know her and you know this is something. Like, so I have Papa, and then I have a grandmother coming in showing me a poppy, a red poppy flower.
Yeah.
They're gorgeous, by the way. What she's showing me is beautiful. Is it planted somewhere? Are there pictures of this? Because I feel like it's artwork somehow.
I had painted her a red poppy.
You
a
painted
few
her a
years
red
ago.
poppy. That's her artwork.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's showing me, well, you painted for her.
Yeah.
Okay, this is fun
She's
today.
alive though.
Oh, well, if she's still alive,
Yeah.
then it's the Papa showing me the, is that kind of strange then?
A little bit.
Okay, so let me break that up for you.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandmother who you painted the red poppy for is
Mhm.
still alive.
Yes.
I feel like somebody in spirit is showing me a painting of a red poppy. If your
My-
grandmother is still her, it's not her showing it to me.
My
Hold on.
yeah, sorry.
It's the Papa on the other side, though, that's showing me about town and the FBI and all that. That's that guy. And I got him because I could feel him.
Yeah.
He like, he comes in, he's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, he's real low voice, heavy, happy person.
Yeah.
I'll ask.
Mhm.
I'll ask. Did he get to say goodbye? I feel like he didn't, and that's why he's bringing it up. So I'm just gonna say this. He feels like we don't say goodbye, we say see you later.
Yeah.
So, see you later, alligator in Wild Crocodile. Something funny like that. Okay, so who would this be? Another grandfather talking to me? Okay, and is this another E, like an Ed?
No.
No, say no.
Mm-mm.
Okay, but there's another grandfather crossed who could be showing me this?
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I see it as a piece of artwork. It's for the other side of the family, so I'm just gonna
Mhm.
throw it to you and say, know that somebody over there is saying hi to you also. Are butterflies a connection for
Yeah.
you too? For him?
My other grandfather.
The other grandfather with the puppy?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I'm just gonna say that I do feel like this grandfather is probably trying to make an entrance as well, kind of like your grandmothers both did, although they had purpose too, but they both feel like they need to make sure you're okay.
Yeah.
They're telling me that there's other people in spirit who are camera shy.
Probably.
They're just giggling about it. They're like, oh, not everybody would come and do this. They might be talking about your family here.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody else was asked, they said, no, you go instead.
Yeah.
Was this mom?
Yeah, but she wanted to come. But my grandmother, my papa's wife, she hates being behind, like, in front of the camera.
So it's all, okay, so in some way it's like, no cameras for me.
Mhm.
That would be her. That's funny. I thank you very much for opening up to this, because I think that one of the vibrations that I can feel off of you is what I would call pure skepticism. And I say that because I think every single person who goes to see a medium should be skeptic. I tell you guys that. Anywhere you go, you've heard me say this, you've heard me say this. Being skeptic means that you're going to be aware of what somebody's saying and take it for what it's worth. Think about it, rationalize it, and this is the way you work. And if it fits, it fits. Doesn't mean it has to change your mind. If I'm 1% more helpful, if I help to show you that the afterlife is real 1% more than when you came in today, then my job is done. I know that you love to hear from them. I don't think it has anything to do with hearing from them or getting it from a medium. I think it's your own intuition and your own assumptions that you put in front of you that you're not quite sure if you're navigating them as if that was a psychic impression or if you made an assumption and went into it. Trust me, girl, I understand, because that happens to people who are intuitive. But I do feel like it's possible that even, I think this poppy plant side of the family in particular, they're all a little intuitive.
Yeah.
So, woo-woo on you. From now up in here, you see the people I see. Whew. Do you have any questions about anything that I read for you?
I don't think so.
Good.
I don't know. I don't
Okay,
think so.
that's
I don't
fine.
think so.
I just
But
want
a
to
lot
make
of it
sure.
makes, you know what, makes a lot of sense to me.
Good. Does it feel good?
It does. Actually, I
Okay.
had that weird feeling that I had. It's gone away.
Oh, well, that's good. Did it go away when I started talking to hers? Because
Yeah.
she's got the weird feeling now.
Yep.
Yeah, you're still here. Welcome to my world. I get the weird feelings all the time.
From all the way, yeah.
It happens
It's
when spirit
dissipating.
starts to come in, and then as soon as it's time for them to stop, I feel it sometimes. I'll feel it like, okay, I know they're shutting me down. I can feel that it's closing down. I can feel like there's going to be some sort of pocket. Okay, I need to ask who's connected to the drugs. Is this somebody in your world? Not to make assumptions. Did somebody cross because of drugs in your world?
No.
I think I'm looking at
Like, wow.
pills.
No.
If it's not you, I might be able to go back one. I feel like I have a male coming through, and he seems older. I'd probably even say in his 40s or 50s. And I'm taking pills. Does this make sense? Maybe it's my cameraman. Where's like the Ricky? Ricky, Richard, Dick? This is where I want to go.
Yeah,
No?
I mean,
Say no.
I know, like, I was just with Ricky.
You were just with Ricky.
Yeah.
I could have a drop-in then. Just say it's possible, and I'll see if I
It's
can.
possible.
Okay. Did you tell me where you were going?
No.
Oh, okay. Sometimes that helps. I think that there's a connection for me right now where I feel like if you were with him like a person named Ricky literally before you came here?
No, like, last night for dinner.
Okay, fine. I think I have somebody coming in for him, and I'm not even going to go there, but I'm going to say this because the poor guy, you'll probably go home and be like, wait till you see this show.
It wouldn't surprise me.
No? Well, I'm going to say this. I think that this is somebody who is a good person, or he's in the right place at the right time. Okay? So whatever he was saying or whatever he was doing, somebody was with him. Somebody was watching over him. Somebody was connecting with him. I don't know. Would you know if he has a dad crossed?
I do actually.
And he does have a dad
He does,
crossed? Okay,
yeah.
so I'm just going to say this. I feel like I'm bringing through his dad. I don't know how old his dad would be, if it fits in that age range or not, or why. Maybe medication didn't work. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, it feels like medication, so it just feels like it's either too much or too little. There's an issue with the medication. Say it.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
Not
go
for
ahead.
TV?
No.
Okay, I want to make sure, because we don't edit.
So I have questions.
Okay.
He with the drugs, the Richard that passed with the drugs, with the medicine that was maybe wrong?
I don't know, why do you ask?
Because that's my grandmother's brother. That's Richard, that's passed. That would be looking over Ricky.
Okay. And that's somebody's talking about, well, if they're talking about him taking medication, he needs to be careful.
Yeah.
But usually they don't give me any kind of warnings or stupid things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
They're just
yeah.
gonna call somebody out for what it is. Like, does he
Mhm.
drink? Does he do drugs? Like, I mean, I'm not saying,
Never
a
know.
lot of people smoke pot these days,
Yeah.
it's like legal and whatnot in places. But to me, I feel like if it's the Ricky, Richard, Rich, if that's who I'm trying to get through,
Yeah.
and you know that this is his dad, that's crossed.
Yeah.
And he also has a grandfather that's crossed.
Oh, yeah.
So it's likely that just jumped in.
Yeah.
I don't have control of spirit. You're sitting here. I don't know who these people are. You're with the Ricky last night. That's just not a name you throw out of the wind, right? So and it didn't connect to anybody else. So, but that's odd for me. You
Yeah.
know, I think if we did edit TV, that's something I'd probably cut out. Because why?
Yeah.
But the point of doing the show though is to not have those things, you know? Is he friends of the family in some way?
He's a cousin, but like third, fourth.
Fine,
something like
that's
that. Yeah,
fine.
barely know.
It just could be the way that the trail is coming in
Yeah.
to say hi.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, I have a grandmother coming in for you, and I have a grandmother that's coming in for you. The grandmother that's coming in for you, though, she's kind of foot stomping. So I had an Irish friend named Mare, and she used to drop the tequila and bang on the table. Is this the grandmother?
No.
Okay. She is literally talking to me about banging on tables, having a drink. Who is this? The other grandmother, or is it yours? She's like, not mine. For some reason, she makes me feel like we're slamming them back. So she's telling me we're partying.
All right.
Okay. So obviously not who you would think.
Nope.
Okay. Do you have two grandmothers crossed?
I do.
Okay. Is one of them Irish or Scottish or English or Dutch even, something like that? Say no.
No.
German? I'll go
No.
that far. No. What's your nationality?
Italian and French.
Okay. Well, I can't take either of those. It doesn't match. Are you drinking tequila?
No.
Good. I like a margarita once in a while, but it has to have sugar on the rim. Where's there like a Sue? Sue? Female, Sarah, Sue?
Female?
Sue? That's how it feels. Say no.
No.
Okay, the only thing I can do is throw it back to you. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
What is it?
My aunt.
You have an aunt Sue?
Yeah.
And is she cross too?
No.
No, but am I picking up the different things connected to?
Kinda.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just mixing them together, which means they're slowing me down, which means I'm just going to shut myself off. If I'm going to start bringing in a dad and a grandfather for Ricky, I think that it's time for me to kind of slow it down. And it's just mixing right in. I have a grandmother that wants to say hi to you, though, and she won't shut up, but I still hear, forgive me for that, it felt rude, but I still hear others coming in, and I feel your grandmother coming in. So maybe we'll have to rotate back to that at some point in time. Cardinals are cardinals. It's always cardinals. It's butterflies. It's not always cardinals. But for her, it's cardinals, she says. She's shy. She doesn't really connect to this being her thing. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And is your grandmother and grandfather buried together? Okay, I know they're both crossed because she says, I'm not alone. And I was like, okay. She puts them buried together though, so no ashes, we're together. Okay. And then I feel like this was like a mom too at times. So did she live next door?
No.
Okay, she's gonna laugh. She felt like you were stuck on the roof. Do you understand this? Like you're trying to get out to get to her?
Sure. Yeah.
But you did. You would run
Yeah.
away to your grandmother's.
Yep.
And she would go, get in here.
Yeah.
And I feel like you'd climb the roof. I'm not sure what that means, where we climb in trellises to get into a window or sitting on the roof just because, like, you know, I don't know. But she's like, fine, come over. So this is the grandmother that really kind of like gave your parents a respite while you figured things out. And she loves you for that. Because she needed a respite too. I don't say that word, just so you know. She needed that tiny piece of time with you where nothing else was around. Had your grandfather already crossed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well then she definitely doesn't, I don't see him around while she's talking about hanging out with you. So he's not there at that point. Living, but not there.
Workaholic.
Okay, okay. Is there something about bigger buildings or older buildings like, I almost want to say like Washington DC, but it's the monuments. Do you understand this? Why does she bring this up?
That would probably be my uncle.
That's connected, is it connected to Washington in some way?
He's
Or
an architect.
Oh, big buildings. Okay. Her son.
No.
Well, then why would she bring it up?
Because he was like a son.
Like a son.
Yeah, he was in
Thank
the
you.
family just as well.
Thank you, because she's like a son. She said son.
Yeah, they
Okay.
consider him a son.
And she says cardinals are fine because they're all year long. She says no blue jays, just cardinals.
Okay,
And do you feed the birds?
no,
Do you have a bird feeder?
yes,
Okay, so you feed the birds. You have a bird feeder.
my kid does.
Your kid, fine, somebody
I don't
feeds the
feed those
birds. But she says that this is one of the reasons why she goes and why she's there.
Fair.
I understand. I feel myself closing down, so I feel like I need to finish this, and I know it's never enough, and it's not everybody, and it's a short period of time, so I always, have to take that home with me, but, where's the S sound, or the S name? So it could be like a Cecilia too, C-S.
Sal,
Sal, who's this?
my grandfather.
Okay. And it's hellos. It's something different. I'm being told from someone in spirit, we were doing something different for you today. And that's why. Did you bring something with you?
I have lots of things.
Oh, of course you
Always.
do.
But I have it on all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I hear that it's not about that. I hear this is about something different. This was, okay, I'm gonna lecture. Are you ready for this? This was to remind you you have parents who are grandparents. Don't roll your eyes. You know what that means. I guess we have to all go visit and whatnot. That's how it feels. Is your mom crossed?
No.
Okay, well then I think that we might be lecturing you.
Mm-hmm.
You do what you want to do. Listen, if we all did what the dead people wanted us to do, we'd be doing all kinds of stuff that wasn't our own free will. They want us to have our own free will and do our own thing. I can ask her, do you understand what April connects to? Because they went April to May, so something must have started in April and ended in May, or it's right at the cusp.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Mhm.
They're okay with this? Are you okay with this? Well, do you understand the validation?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm done. And I'm done. Are we all okay? Y'all are kind of, your faces. I always just kind of stare at people because, I know you're staring at me while I'm reading. Any questions at all? Do you guys have any questions? No? Are you sure? Not any little thing that you just kind of, after somebody gets a reading, how do you feel? It's the I don't know what to say now. It's the I don't know what to do now. I don't know what space I was just in, right? Okay, fine. Well, I will bid you farewell, and I will say thank you so much for being in my studio audience for the 11th show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was Messages from Heaven. I am Rebecca Ann LoCicero, and I will see you next month. Enjoy the fall season. Thank you.